Trudeau is in trouble.
Thank you so much for having me here today. So I would like to be very honest with you from the get-go. Very honest. I was introduced as Sophie Grégoire Trudeau, and I'm the wife of the Prime Minister of Canada.
In the last week, a minor Trudeau scandal involving the We Charity has blown up into a serious investigation. The project was cancelled as soon as the media became involved, but it is becoming increasingly clear that this may be Trudeau's third ethics violation in only 3 years.
Taking care of yourself is probably the most important thing you'll ever do in your life.
So what is Trudeau accused of? Why did he award a more than $900 million contract to the We Charity for volunteering? And how damaging is an ethics violation? The $912 million contract awarded to the We Charity would have been controversial without the inclusion of any conflicts of interest. This nearly $1 billion deal was intended to create so-called volunteer positions for recent graduates and post-secondary students. But in reality, it would pay these students a pitiful $10 an hour, a form of payment that many claim uses the term volunteering as a justification for their underpayment, or shouldn't be called volunteering at all.
Hello, Winnie!
But that wasn't why Trudeau made an abrupt 180-degree turn as soon as the media took the slightest bit of interest.
I'm so proud to be part of We as well. Now We, I love it the most because it is neither a political movement nor a religious one. We encompasses all politics.
What turned this into a serious controversy is Trudeau's and his family's long-standing and very public relationship with the We Charity. Trudeau has appeared at We events more than half a dozen times since becoming a member of Parliament in 2008, giving him an exceptional platform to reach young Canadians. But what was most damning of all is the fact that Sophie Grégoire, Justin Trudeau's wife, co-hosts the We Wellbeing podcast, and the worst was yet to come.
I'm Sophie Grégoire Trudeau, ambassador and ally for We Wellbeing. And together, we've created a podcast all about busting stigma, building grit, and empowering us all.
After these glaring conflicts of interest came to light, MP Michael Barrett sent a letter to the Ethics Commissioner urging him to commence an investigation. The Ethics Commissioner responded, stating that he would begin his 5th investigation into the Trudeau government for a violation under the Federal Conflict of Interest Act. This time under Section 6, Subsection 1, which prohibits public office holders from making decisions that further theirs or someone else's private interests, along with Section 7 and 21 of the Act, which deal with giving preferential treatment or failing to recuse oneself from a known conflict of interest.
Obviously, the way this situation has unfolded has been unfortunate.
But the connections to the We Charity certainly didn't stop coming to light once the commissioner became involved. The Trudeau family ties with We run deeper than anyone previously knew. Within a week of Trudeau's official announcement that he was cancelling the partnership, the media had exposed that Trudeau's own mother, his wife, and his brother had all made several all-expenses-paid appearances at We events across the world. In total, Margaret Trudeau and her other son Alexander Trudeau spoke at approximately 36 We events and have received over $280,000 in speaking honorariums. Only 2 weeks into the scandal, the floodgates have opened, and the Liberal Party is in hot water to say the least. The links between the We Charity and the Liberal Party stretch far further than just Trudeau and his family. Bill Morneau, Trudeau's Minister of Finance, has family connections to the We Charity as well. One of his daughters spoke at a We Day event, and her book was endorsed by Mark Kielberger, one of the We Charity co-founders. His other daughter has worked for the We Charity as a paid employee since 2019. Previously, Bill Morneau had announced federal funding to We, giving $3 million for its Social Entrepreneurs program. Gerald Butts, Trudeau's longtime close friend and former principal secretary, who resigned after their last scandal, the SNC-Lavalin affair, has been listed as an outstanding partner and supporter in the charity's annual report. Seamus O'Regan, Trudeau's Minister of Natural Resources, was the honorary chair of Artbound, a charity that fundraises on behalf of We. Katie Telford, the Chief of Staff to the Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, co-founded the charity where O'Regan was honorary chair. And finally, Craig Kielburger, one of the brothers that founded the We charity, made the maximum donation legally permitted to Trudeau's leadership campaign. And yet, one of the most concerning facts about this scandal is that this would be by no means Trudeau's first ethics violation. If he's found guilty, it would be his third. That means Trudeau would have more ethics violations than any other Canadian Prime Minister. And he would have more ethics violations than all Canadian Prime Ministers in history combined, because no Prime Minister, except Trudeau, has ever received a single ethics violation.
I was put on this planet to do this. It's what I'm good at.
And it certainly seems like the Ethics Commissioner is taking this very seriously. MP Michael Barrett's letter urging him to commence his investigation received a response in less than 24 hours, an exceptionally fast response time, which, as MP Charlie Angus put it, this tells me this violation has been on his radar for some time. Trudeau has already been complicit in 2 conflict of interest cases before. Although the Aga Khan scandal wasn't damning enough to topple the Liberal government, and the SNC-Lavalin affair proved too complex for an outright verdict of disapproval by the public, this third scandal may be his last, especially now that the Bloc Québécois has called for his resignation, and the Conservative Party has urged the RCMP to begin a criminal investigation. Whatever the case, we have certainly not seen the end of this scandal, nor is it likely that we know the full extent of the Trudeau government's corruption. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video and want us to make similar content in the future, please leave a like and consider subscribing. If you have any ideas for next week's video, please leave a comment and we'll be sure to check it out. We really appreciate any and all support as we continue to grow our channel and try to make the content that you enjoy.